Hello everyone, welcome to another video lecture of Mathematics Solution channel, and today we are going to solve another problem by using Fourier integral theorem. Have problem here. Find the Fourier integral of the function f of x is equal to sin x and x lies between 0 to pi, and we have another function, it is 0 and that modulus of x is greater than pi. Okay, don't worry about the second function because already they had given 0 here, so we need to consider only one function, the first one, right? And first thing we need to verify the given function is odd function or even function. Okay, if you find odd or even function, then only we can go for whether can we solve this problem by using cosine or sine. So f of x here, I am going to replace x as a negative x. So f of minus x is equal to sine of minus x and 0 less than or equal to minus x less than or equal to pi, and here is modulus of x minus x is greater than pi. And we all know that sine of minus x is equal to minus x because that is an odd function. Therefore, this will become minus sine x and 0 less than or equal to minus x less than or equal to pi, and 0 then modulus of x is greater than pi. And now this is f of minus x. If I operate one more negative value, so minus of f of minus x will become, that will give the original function sin x, so 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to pi, and here is 0, modulus of x is greater than pi, so this will give f of x. Therefore, look at the things here, f of x is equal to minus of f of minus x, that is f of x is equal to minus of f of minus x. This is odd function, correct? If it's the function is odd, then we can go for Fourier sine integral formula, right? So what is the Fourier sine integral? F of x is equal to integral 0 to infinity b of omega or bw, right? Then sine omega x into d omega. And what is the b omega here? Where b of omega is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity f of x sine omega x into dx. And now we know f of x is the sine x value, substitute here, and this will become sine x into sine omega x, or we can write sine omega x into sine x. And here we need to use some problem or formulas like what is cos a plus b, cos a minus b, then sin a plus b, sin a minus b. All this formula we can combine that, then we can find this value, that is b of w or omega is equal to 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity sin omega x, then sin x into dx. Now sin a into sin b. So which problem or which formula involves sin a and sin b? So only it is cos a plus b and cos a minus b. I am applying here cos a minus b will give cos a cos b plus sin a sin b, and then cos of a plus b will give cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. We need only sin a sin b, just subtract this value, so this first term will get cancelled. You will get sin 2 times of sin a sin b, which will give cos a minus b minus cos a plus b, correct? And I don't want 2 here because there is no 2 here, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2, so here I'm going to get 2, correct? So in place of a we have, so here in place of a I'm having his omega, in place of b it is 1, so directly I'm going to substitute this value here. So what I'll get, b of omega is equal to 2 by pi, right? And integral 0 to infinity, and this value will become 1 by 2, right? Then cos of omega minus 1 into x, correct? And then what is the next one? Minus cos of omega plus 1 into x into dx. And then so 2 will get cancelled, you have 1 by pi, and the limit is varies from here is 0 to pi, then directly substitute here 0 to pi, right? Then this will become cos of omega minus 1x minus cos of omega plus 1x into dx. Now we can do the integration directly here, that is 1 by pi. What is the cos x integration? It will become sin x, right? Cos ax means sin ax divided by a. So in place of constant we have omega minus 1. So here, sin omega minus 1 into x divided by omega minus 1, and then minus sin omega plus 1 divided by omega plus 1, and the limit varies from 0 to pi. Now replace in place of x as a pi, so you will get 1 by pi, and then here this will become sin of omega minus 1 pi divided by omega minus 1 minus sin of omega plus 1 pi divided by omega plus 1. And this is the upper limit. If you go for the lower limit, sin 0 will become 0, and here also you will get 0 only, so no need to substitute that. And then just operate this pi here, what you will get? 1 by pi and sin of omega pi minus pi divided by omega minus 1, and similarly here is sin of omega pi plus pi divided by omega plus 1. And now we can go for sin of 180 plus theta, sin of 180 minus theta formula, and let's see what we will get it. So I need to write this as a pi minus omega pi, so that I am operating on minus, so this will become 1 by pi, right, minus of sin of pi minus omega pi divided by omega minus 1. Similarly, already we have it as a positive value, minus sin of omega pi or pi plus omega pi divided by omega plus 1, which is equal to 1 by pi. We all know what is the sign of 180 minus theta, that is positive sin theta. So this will become minus sin of omega pi, and this value sin of 180 plus theta, so that will fall into third quadrant. So third quadrant sin is negative value, so this will become minus, so minus into minus will become plus sin omega pi divided by omega minus 1, here is omega plus 1, correct? And from here we can take sin of omega pi outside, so this will become sin of omega pi divided by pi into, so this is the negative value, so minus 1 divided by omega minus 1 plus 1 divided by omega plus 1, and take LCM on both sides. This will give sin omega pi divided by pi into, so this will become the numerator minus omega minus 1 plus omega minus 1 divided by a plus b into a minus b will become a square minus b square. So minus omega plus omega will get cancelled, you will get, here is minus 1 minus 1, so minus 2 sin omega pi divided by pi times of omega square minus 1. So this is the b of omega value, correct? And substitute this b of omega in this first equation, because that will give the Fourier cosine integration, right? So I'll rub this. substitute this value here. So f of x will become integral 0 to infinity. What's the value here? Minus 2 into sine omega pi divided by pi into omega square minus 1 into sine omega x into d omega. And we have some constant here, take it out, so which is equal to minus 2 by pi integral 0 to infinity sine omega pi divided by omega square 1 into sine omega x into d omega. So here we have one minus, so I don't like this, so I'm going to rewrite this as a 1 minus omega square. So I'm operating minus on both sides, so this will give 2 by pi 0 to infinity sine omega pi sine omega x divided by 1 minus omega square into d omega. This will give f of x. So already is there, so bring 2 by pi here, so that will give pi by 2. F of x is equal to integral 0 to infinity sine omega pi sine omega x divided by 1 minus omega square into d omega. Correct? The function f of x is equal to sine x. X lies between 0 to pi, and 0 modulus of x is pi here. So here we got pi by 2 times of f of x. So this can be written as, f of x is equal to, right, this is pi by 2 times, here you will get pi by 2 into sine x, and 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to pi, and 0 modulus of x is greater than pi. This is the solution for the given function f of x is equal to sine x by using the sine integral, Fourier sine integral. Okay, this is the way we can solve this problem, by using sine integral formula. And before that, there are two things you need to keep it in your mind. First thing, we need to check whether the function is odd or even. Suppose if they are not mentioned like cosine or sine, then we must find whether it is odd function or even function. Then if it is odd, by using sine integral; if it is even, by using cosine integral, we can find the solution for the particular problem. And that's it. Thanks for watching.